So, I would like to do a little bit of a different kind of guided meditation than I normally do. And honestly, I have no idea why I feel inclined to do that, but I do. Um, and all I can say, or all I can guess, is that um, most of the time when I do my guided meditations, I let myself channel that information, and I let myself, my ego self, my personality, who I am, kind of like step over here, and I go along the whole meditation with you. And but I allow myself to be a vessel for that information, that meditation, that connection to flow through me. So it's kind of cool how I get to kind of, experience it as an observer, and as a participant, just as you are doing, even though I'm still like talking and all of that. So that's always kind of cool. So anyway, like I said, I feel like this needs to be a little bit different than most of the guided meditations that I do. Just maybe this time, not like I'm going to completely change how I do things, but anyway, that's what I feel like we need to do. So go ahead and let yourself kind of get settled in. Getting settled in, getting comfortable, whether you're sitting down or you're lying down, whatever it is that, the environment that you're in, and however you're comfortable is fine. But I would like for you, as usual, as we normally do, to focus on your breath. So we will do that. That's always a great kind of centering exercise. So go ahead and focus on your breath, and just the physical breath at this point. And just take a couple of deep breaths in and out. And as you breathe in and out, just feel the air, coming in through your nose or mouth, entering your body, hearing the sound of your breath flowing in and out. Sometimes as we do these deep breaths, we have a tendency to want to yawn. Our body's like, oh yes, please give me more oxygen. So that's always good. That's always fine if you start yawning. It doesn't really mean that you're tired as much as it means that your body is really hungry for that oxygen. So just keep breathing in and out. And keep focusing on the breath in and out. We breathe whether we're intending to or not, right? It's kind of a natural reflex, but just keep focusing on the breath, breathing in and out. Okay, that's very good. So just keep breathing, and you can just listen to the sound of my voice. Continue to breathe. Just kind of let it fall into a natural rhythm. And as you're listening to my voice, just let yourself kind of do a balance of listening, clearly listening to my voice, but then also allowing yourself to completely relax. So you're actively listening, your ears are kind of perked up, you can hear my voice, but you're letting everything else just kind of really relax. So your breathing is relaxed, and your hands are relaxed, your feet are relaxed, your face is relaxed. Your eyes are probably closed now, so you're not really seeing much, right? Just let everything relax except for your ears. Just see if you can really perk up your ears and hear me very clearly. Very clearly. And almost louder. right, more intensely as you just really focus on your ears. Okay, that's very good. Now, aside from my voice, see what else you can hear, in your environment around you. Maybe it's the ceiling fan kind of clicking, or a light bulb ticking, or you've got a cat sitting next to you purring, whatever it is. So I'll stop talking for just a moment and let you tune in with your very finely tuned ears into the sounds of your environment at the present. Okay, very good. And just observe. All right, now I want you to imagine now that your ears just kind of relax and you can still hear me speaking. Okay, you can still hear me talking, but me talking kind of drifts just over to the periphery. So you can still hear my voice, but it's not really what you're focusing on at the moment. And so now I want you to take a deep breath in and focus on your sense of smell. What do you smell? What are the aromas that you're picking up on in your environment? Just take nice, deliberate breaths in, breathing in deeply through your nose. And as you breathe in and that breath kind of circulates around, you might even have an enhanced sense of taste, because of course our sense of smell and taste are connected. So kind of let your sense of smell and your sense of taste kind of come to the forefront and kind of play off of each other. And what you smell is more intense, more bright and exact, and what you taste is more intense as well. All right, and now I want you to imagine that you have a beautiful rose, a flower, right in front of your nose, like your nose is almost buried in it. And I want you to take a really deep breath and see if you can smell that rose. And rose is such an amazing aroma because it's sweet, but there's a tartness to it as well. So breathe in, imagining, and letting that imagination take over your sense of smell, and see if you can smell that crisp, sweet, tart rose. And then as you kind of swallow and as you breathe that breath in, can you taste maybe just like a slight, delicate rose flavor in your mouth? Now I want you to imagine that you bring that rose flower and you bring it all the way up to your nose, and so you can feel the rose petals on your nose and on your lips and maybe on your chin. Still breathing in and out. Now focus on your sense of touch. Maybe seeing how velvety smooth those rose petals feel. Maybe they're slightly cool on your skin. Still breathing in that rose aroma, tasting it and feeling it on your skin, on your face. Okay, very good. Now bring your awareness back to your hearing, to your ears. You can hear my voice loud and clear. Feeling relaxed. Yet feeling like all of your senses are kind of working together at maybe more of an optimal level. Now I want you to keep your eyes closed for this next exercise. But I want you to imagine in your mind's eye that you can see. Okay, but keep your eyes closed, your physical eyes closed. So using your mind's eye, I want you to imagine that you are looking around the room that you are in, the space that you are in, and I want you to kind of slowly scan from left to right, kind of like a 180-degree, arc of vision. Just kind of slowly scan using your mind's eye. So it might be using your memory, or it might be using your, intuitive sense, or almost kind of like a snapshot that you're holding in your head, right, of your space. Or it could be completely fabricated. It really doesn't matter. But just use your mind's eye to scan all the way from left, arcing out to the center, and to the right. Okay, and then now go from the right to the center, and then over to the left. And imagine that your vision is perfect. You can see everything, every item, every detail in just crystal clear clarity. Whether you have glasses or contacts or, just 20/20 vision, whatever it is. So just very slowly keep scanning. That's 180 degrees in front of you. Okay. Just looking at everything, seeing how crisp everything is. The colors are clear and intense, the outlines, the lines. And then maybe start to see if there is, something in particular that really starts to stand out to you. Every time you kind of sweep by it and scan by it, you're like, wow, that's really bright. Wow, I've never noticed that before. Wow, that just seems like it's almost glowing. Whatever it is, just use your sense of sight, and this is your inner sight, and see if there is something out in front of you in the 180-degree view that really stands out to you. And when and if you kind of zero in on this thing, now stare intently at it. With your eyes closed, with your mind's eye, stare intently at this object or this thing that's standing out. And now I want you to imagine that you use your intention, your will, your energy, however you want to see it. I want you to imagine that as you're staring at this item that's just kind of glowing or pulsating or just really brilliant and bright and it's really standing out to you, that as you're staring at it now with laser focus, and just, breathe nice and slow and calm, I want you to imagine that you use your will to slowly lift up this item. And you don't have to lift it all the way up to the ceiling, but it can just be a little shift or a little shimmy, or just a little bit of buoyancy maybe. Just kind of play with it and see if you can use your mind's eye to lift up this item, even temporarily, even just for a second. Just lift it up and kind of hold it in this beam of awareness that is coming out of your eyes, your third eye. Just kind of hold it there. As you use the breath just to stay focused. Okay, very good. And you can set that item back down. Now again, go ahead and scan this 180 degrees out in front of you, going from left to center to right. And see in your mind's eye if there's either something else now that is standing out to you somewhat, more intensely than it was before, or something that you just really want to try to pick up with your mind, okay? So either way is fine. And so go ahead and focus on that thing, on that object, or that, whatever it is. And it's 180 degrees out in front of you in your environment. Go ahead and kind of fixate on it with your mind's eye, just as you were looking at it. Just focus in on it, laser focus. And take some nice deep breaths in and out to center yourself. Okay, now go ahead and see if you can pick up that item. Slowly pull it up. Just bring your breath into focus too, nice and balanced. And now using the breath and your focus and your will, not only bring that item up, but now start to bring it towards you. You have like a tractor beam and you're just pulling it up, closer to you, closer to you, closer to you. Until you can feel that item right in front of you. And you can either, hold out your hands and you can let it drop into your hands, or if it's something big, you've been ambitious, you can, drop it right there in front of you, whatever it is. But I want it to be close enough to where you can touch it. So close that it seems very real. Okay, very good. Now focus your sight, your third sight, your breath, again on that object. Should be pretty easy. It's right there in front of you. It's either in your hands or right there in front of you on the floor. And go ahead and lightly pick it up. Doesn't have to be very high. You just don't want any friction. And then slowly move it back, and then place it right where it had been originally. And gently drop it down. Okay, good. Now you may have noticed that you heard a sound, maybe when you were bringing the item close to you or observing it, or sending it back and setting it down. That's fine. That all of your senses were kind of interacting with it. That's beautiful. Okay, so very good. So bring your focus back to your breath. Breathing in and out. And allow maybe a sense of just slight accomplishment start to kind of rise up or bloom in your head or heart, or both. That possibility and that potential that just perhaps you witnessed, experienced, and willed connecting with an object and lifting it up, even just an inch or less, or all the way up in the ceiling, whatever it is, that some part of you indeed did experience that manipulation of matter and energy. And so let that feeling of accomplishment and maybe a sense of a little bit of like, giddiness or fun kind of, sit in your head or heart. Okay, very good. All right, so bring your awareness completely back into your present state, your body, your time, anchored in time and space, in your chair, your bed, wherever you are. Just bring your awareness completely back. Just bring your awareness into your body, to where you're feeling your arms, your legs. You can move a little bit. And just be fully present, and then open your eyes and you're like, okay, I'm in my room, or I'm in my car, or wherever I'm at. Okay, very good. So I hope you enjoyed that. That was kind of like a fun experiment to where if you practice this and kind of grow your confidence, I think in being able to visualize and experience through your different senses, interacting with objects in ways that we might not typically do so, using, our will or our energy, our, telepathic, telekinetic type energy, that using visualizations like that can help you grow your skills with also working with the physical realm, actually having your eyes open and focusing on something and seeing what you can do with it. So it's definitely a confidence booster. It's practice and it's play. It should be fun too. And for whatever reason, I feel like this was a useful skill to practice this evening. So anyway, thank you for joining me with this very interesting and kind of playful guided meditation. I hope you have a great evening or a great day wherever you are at. And we will see you next week again for another guided meditation with Energy Update. Thanks so much. Bye.